Hello, hello. Welcome back to Latinas Empoderadas. I'm Jackie.
And this is Kelsey.
We're so excited to be back, you guys. I know, we always say this all the time. But we'll be consistent sooner than later. But every time we come with somebody good to speak to you guys and just empower everybody that's watching us.
So today's guest embodies grace, grit, and God-given purpose. She's a powerhouse speaker, peak performance trainer, and the #1 female speaker for Tony Robbins. But what I admire most is the heart behind the hustle. Everybody, please welcome Miss Mandi Rose.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here with you guys.
We're
tonight.
so excited too. So, our famous question of all times.
Okay.
Who is Mandi Rose?
Wow, we're getting deep real quick.
Yes.
Mandi Rose is, there's many levels. But I would say one of the most beautiful things that you shared in the beginning was like the heart behind the hustle. I have a really big heart. I think sometimes across like social media platforms or maybe, just meeting somebody and not really talking to them, you can think like they're this big thing, or maybe you think they're much smaller. But I'm just a normal girl that believes in love and loves to help people and has been through a lot of interesting, very challenging things in my life that have shaped me into a great human, thankfully.
Yes. So a little bit deeper.
Yeah. I make music.
Okay.
I'm an artist. I'm a creator. I guess you could say I'm an influencer in a way, not so much like a social media influencer, but more than that, like an influencer over myself and an influencer for positive change in the world. I grew up to a lot of like just very abnormalities, a very abnormal situation rather. I grew up with 2 parents that struggled with substance abuse addictions. And so my mom struggled with a substance abuse addiction. So did my dad. My dad also struggled with alcoholism.
Wow.
And so before the age of 15, I had seen the inside of a foster system. The cops were coming to my house a lot. I dealt with a lot of just challenging at-home problems. I think a lot of people have a lot of problems really young, but I just had like a little bit extra. I was a great student. I'm still a great student, but I was a phenomenal athlete and just a troubled kid a little bit, really confused with my upbringing and my situation, but like determined to rise, determined to succeed, and to break the barriers that I feel like got put around me. When you grow up in Section 8 and like on food stamps and, just in a neighborhood that maybe isn't as wealthy as you see on TV or some of your friends' lives, you think that you're in lack. And so I always kind of felt like my life was a little bit of like a series of unfortunate events. But I've always been this like really happy and spirited person. Because even though both of my parents, they struggled with substance abuse addictions, they loved me so much.
That's
and
beautiful.
It's like, they were high, but they were happy. And it's funny now to kind of look back at it and be like, I wouldn't change it.
Right.
Because my daddy wrote me a poem and he said I was the only rose to blossom from his life. And I went back and kind of like dug deeper into that. And I feel like I'm a rose that kind of blossomed from the dirt, from a lot of mud, a lot of struggle, a lot of hardship, but I just never felt too sorry for myself. And when I did, I like felt sorry for myself for a second, then picked myself back up. But yeah, I put myself through college. I graduated with like a 3.8 in high school.
Congrats.
Thank you. I did pretty well. I had like a bunch of scholarships offered to me out of high school.
What did you go to school for?
So I went to school originally for nursing.
Okay. I can see you as a nurse.
Girl, good thing you can, because I watched some episodes of Grey's Anatomy and was like, this is not for me. Like, it seemed good, but I just knew that I had the heart for it, but I didn't have like the ability to deal with blood. And I had someone, I asked a nurse one day, I was like, what's the craziest thing you've ever seen? She's like, someone came with like a fork in their eye and her
oh shoot,
I'm gonna change my major. And so I changed my major several times. I walked around undergrad. I went to Mount St. Mary's University, which is an all-girls Catholic university.
Okay.
And I walked around one, happy there was no men there because I could be myself and like not worry about any distractions.
Yeah.
But two, I was really excited to get deeper in my faith because I was just kind of born Catholic. I didn't get to choose that. So I wanted to like explore that. And I switched my major so many times, like from psychology to sociology, and I ended up getting a business marketing degree.
Okay.
I don't know why they gave me that degree because I really rarely studied business.
Yeah.
But that got me to want to pursue my education further. And then I got a master's degree in the music business because I make music.
Nice.
And so my intention with that was if I'm an artist and I want to be able to protect myself and grow, then I need to learn the back end and I need to be able to protect myself.
Yeah.
And I need to be able to market myself and manage myself. And so I went and I got a master's degree. And by 24, I had 2 degrees, $120,000 in student debt and no idea of what I was going to do.
How I was going to pay this off.
And then I worked at Power 106 for 5 years.
Oh.
So that was really fun. That was like one of the most fun jobs I've ever had. I got to like walk into work and like Meg Thee Stallion would be there or like Jackie Chan.
Nice.
Nipsey Hussle was there once, which is a blessing. So I had like just this vision for myself that I was going to be this corporate baddie that went up the corporate ladder in the music industry. That was my dream and my desire in 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the pandemic happened and I lost the job overnight. Didn't get fired. I got furloughed, but same thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm collecting unemployment and I got a random DM from a stranger on Instagram. And I know most of the time that's like a scam.
Yeah.
But I like got on the phone with this person and they introduced me to entrepreneurship and to network marketing and to recruiting. And so I became a star and started shining in this entrepreneurial journey while everybody was like freaking out about people coughing and sneezing and COVID. I was on a plane and I was going to people's living rooms and speaking to groups of 10, 20, 30, 50.
Wow.
And then it just like snowball affected into me building a business where I made residual income. And I was like, oh girl, there's no money like residual money. So I just did entrepreneurship and did that. And I did insurance for a little bit. I did real estate for a little bit, but I've always been a speaker and I've always been a mentor, more than like a speaker. A speaker is like a broad thing, but I've always been a mentor, like somebody that's willing to just show you the way and has gone the way. And then it led me to Tony.
Wow.
Which is full circle because Tony's like my mentor. He's my coach. Like he pulled me out of depressant states like when I was 19 when my dad died. So full circle. I'm just like so blessed, so grateful to be where I'm at now. But girl, I've done it all. I mean, I used to work at Domino's. You want to get really deep? I used to work at Domino's. Girl, I worked at Baskin Robbins. I was at Bucharest getting the carts from the damn street. Like, it's done a lot.
I think that's the best part about like entrepreneurship.
And though hearing that and without kind of knowing when you were young, thinking that, oh my God, my life, all these hardships, like my parents are struggling with these substance abuse. But it sounds to me like you were just already walking in your purpose without even realizing.
Knowing.
And you knew how to bloom in every season that you were in.
I tried, girl. There was times I got stuck in the storm for sure.
Yeah.
Tony always says, like, don't get addicted to your sad story. And there was a moment in my life that I was addicted to mine.
I think a lot of us do, but some of us really don't see that. Because once you take away the pain, then what do you have? But you don't know that there's better on the other side because you're so used to,
or you don't want to know that there's better on that other side.
Mentality.
Yeah. And you can be consistent at anything. Like you said, like having a victim mentality is a consistency.
Yeah.
So if you're always retelling this story of how much you struggled, how hard it was, the abuse you felt or experienced rather, then that becomes your testimony.
Right.
And that's all you talk about. So that's all you think about. And that becomes the only thing that is your identity. So I really shifted myself from like, in opposition to people that dealt with the same thing I did in different contexts, I think that I just stopped feeling sorry for myself eventually and was like, okay, well, what are you going to do about it?
Exactly.
Okay, this happened.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen to you. It happened for you. What did you learn from it?
Mhm.
And where are you going?
Yeah.
Say that again. Say that
That it
again.
didn't happen to you. It happened for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you think everything happening to you, you feel like, oh my gosh, like why me?
Exactly.
But I started asking myself, why not me?
Yeah.
So
Oh
check
my
this out.
God.
Do you ask yourself
Girl.
that? Wait a minute, girl. Okay, check
See?
this out.
Okay.
When I was 19, my dad died, right? The story's insane. My dad died on his birthday,
Aw.
on his 44th birthday. I was the last person to talk to him. I called him at 1 a.m. because I have this weird thing about calling you when it's midnight to be like, happy birthday, right? So I called him at 1 and he was like super tired and he sounded like he was like going through something. That was the last time I ever talked to him.
Mhm.
And he told me like, baby doll, I was barely like getting to sleep and I was having a hard time. And I was like, okay, I'll see you in the morning. So we were supposed to meet in the morning and he never showed. My dad always shows. So I was like, something happened, but I didn't think he died. You never think
That's not like coincidence.
So then I'm in this Pilates class at my school and I'm in class and there's this fire drill. Mind you, I went to school at Mount St. Mary's. It's where like Princess Diaries was like filmed.
Mhm.
So that lawn where they're like, get off the lawn.
Yeah.
It's the same lawn. So I'm like stuck.
I just got the chills, by the way.
Yeah. So I'm stuck in, me too. So I'm like stuck in this room with all these random girls. It's nothing but women. And my grandmother calls me and she's like, you need to get home. And I'm like, why? She's like, you need to get home. And I'm like, just tell me why. Oh my gosh. And she said, your dad passed away last night. And I was like, no. And in front of all of these girls, I was like, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
And I got my stuff and there was a fire alarm drill going on or whatever. So nobody was on this grass. And like a movie, I ran out on this grass to get in my car, drive to my house, like 30 minutes away. And like, imagine driving home.
Yeah.
You just found out your dad died.
Yeah.
It was like insane. And sorry. And when it happened, I was like, why me? Why me? Why me? Okay, fast forward. I became a coach a couple years later. And one of the little girls I coached came up to me and she said, Coach, don't cry. She said, my dad died before I was even born. And it was like one of the hardest things, but like the best things that I could have heard at that moment. Because I'm like, wow, here I am feeling like, why me? And I got the best dad for 19 years, whether he had addictions or problems or struggles or whatever. My dad loved me so much and prioritized me and made me feel like he was my number one fan.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I like always will like just give to him. But my point is I met this little girl and she said, my dad died before I was even born. And I realized perspective, I had the best dad for 19 years and some people don't even get that opportunity
At all. Yeah.
So it didn't happen to me. It happened for me.
Yeah.
And when someone passes away, naturally you want to just like lay down and cry. But I realize I'm like, when someone dies, they leave something behind that's so precious and beautiful, which is their legacy. They leave their qualities that you love. Like they leave their love. They leave their humor. And so now I just ask myself, like, what would my dad say? Or what would my dad do?
Yeah.
And I swear to you, I lost my dad here on earth, but I gained an angel in heaven that has like just excelled my life. Like my life became a freaking Cinderella story after my dad passed away. And I can only attribute it to the fact that I have like a guardian angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Guiding you.
Literally.
Giving you the strength.
Giving me the strength,
Yeah.
giving me the motivation, giving me, you know, the
your
light.
purpose, like walking in your purpose
Totally.
with you,
Totally.
you know, holding your hand.
Totally.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And so that like, I'm going to make a movie one day about my life. And that scene will definitely be like, probably like an opening scene. But yeah, I felt bad for myself for a while. I was like, God's not real. Nothing's real. Like
When you're angry at life.
oh, you're just pissed. Fear and anger, two things that'll mess up everything. Fear and anger. And I was fearful because I felt like I'm alone. I don't have my protector. And then I was angry because I was like, that wasn't enough time for me.
Yeah.
I need my dad more. And I've had one dream since he passed away. And I'll never forget, like the dream was like, he was there and he was telling me like, it's going to be okay. And then I was like, I don't want you to go. And then I went to hug him and he disappeared. And he was telling me in the dream not to touch him. But I was like, no, I don't want you to go. And I hugged him and he went away. And it was insane because I woke up and I was like, damn it, why did I listen? Like, I should have not tried to hug him. But yeah, my dad is like my motivating force. He is my light. He is my love. My mom is my fire. She's intense and she gets whatever she wants and she will freaking burn down the building if she needs to. But my dad, he is the love and the compassion, the the glue to a lot of things. So sometimes people like, they're like, wow, you're really like caring. And I'm like, yeah, that's my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that you mentioned about, this dream and your dad kept telling you not to touch him.
He did.
And then what, as a person, that you miss and you love your dad, you want to go and you want to hug him and not listen. And I feel like in life, we tend to do that. We know that, we're pulling away from something, like whatever it is, business or in your personal life. And we keep like trying to reach for it.
Yeah.
And God is like, no, like, don't do it. And what do? We go and we grab it. And what happens?
Yeah.
Literally.
Destruction.
And I'm just like, wow, like, yeah.
No, seriously. And I love just like going back to the word. Like I look at the word as a manual for life.
Yeah.
Sometimes people look at the word as a religious book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at the Bible though. I look at the Bible as a manual for life.
Yeah.
And so if I'm confused, if I'm shaken, if I'm scared, if I'm nervous, I open it up and there's my instruction. Now, if I choose not to listen to it, like you said,
Exactly.
God's going to be like, I told you. And I'm like, no, you didn't. He's like, yes, I did.
Yeah.
I literally told you. And you still did it. You
Yeah.
didn't listen.
Oh my God.
You were not obedient.
Yeah.
But I also really love how you obviously, praise your parents, right? Because
Oh, they're amazing.
I hear people that just like, well, my parents were
Oh, no.
crappy. And like, that's why I'm like, you decided to, and I'm going to say, because I mean, I have children myself. So it's kind of like, as parents, it's so easy to judge your parents when you don't have children.
Totally.
But then you realize like they did the best that they could with what they
I
had.
was literally thinking that.
And they've only been parents as long as I've been alive. And there is no manual to
Parenthood.
parenthood.
They give you a book, but
At
it's not
any
enough.
age, I'm sure your mom still worries about you
Totally.
the same way that she worried when you were, a child, a toddler, whatever it is. And we don't see that. So oftentimes we really do. We do kind of raise our parents in a sense. Like, I feel like I had to reparent
I'm
my
actually
mom.
raising my mom right now. Yeah. I love her.
Yeah.
I love her.
So I think like you choose and you pick what you want to grab from your parents.
Yeah.
From growing up.
Totally.
Like you could have chose that other part of your parents, right?
Yeah.
You could have been like, sorry me.
They
like
do it,
this,
I do it.
I'm going to do it too because that's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
But you decided to do the opposite.
Yeah.
And grab the other side of them.
Yeah, I didn't want to do the whole monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it and I was like, okay, two paths. One, I could be a product of my environment and I can do what I already watched, kind of ruin a lot of things. Or two, I could take the road less traveled and do something different and be different. And really young, I told my mom, I was like, oh, I'm going to like take care of you. I'm going to retire you. And that's what your parents want to hear. But they're like, yeah, we'll see. Like, they're like, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
But no, my mom is a beautiful mess, but I wouldn't trade her for the world. My dad was also a beautiful mess, and I wouldn't. No, I would take them any lifetime again. And the struggle, it was like temporary, and it had me appreciate the good a lot more. I think if you just had like this straight line good life, like you wouldn't appreciate the highs and the lows like I do. Exactly. Like I'm so appreciative of the highs and the lows, and I know what not to do. I know what works, what doesn't work. And Tony, he says that your test becomes your testimony and your story is your glory.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like this is just all a test. Life's a big test. It's all a big game. And so if you play it right, you'll win. And if I sit here and blame them, like, what does that do for me?
Yeah. You lose.
You lose. It's a lot of resentment.
Totally.
Or just
I have none.
Anger.
And exactly. And that's always, even though you want to say, I know a lot of negative people that say, no, I'm fine, but are you really? Because at the end of the day, who you are is who you are by yourself and what you are right here. Like how you treat yourself.
Yeah.
And it's.
And you just, like you said, you hit it on the head earlier. You said you never know what your parents were going through. And they got dealt a totally different hand than we did, not just in their lifestyle, but in just the world where the world was at. Look at
maybe how they were raised as well too, right? So it's just kind of like a cycle.
Yeah.
But for example, like maybe they had that substance abuse because that's what kind of disconnected them from the reality of not doing maybe what they were supposed to do because they didn't have leadership, or like,
Totally.
how do you do it? Or for example, just even talking to somebody about like, hey, I have this idea, or I want to open up a business. Oh, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Because people project.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what they do. So then you're like, oh, okay, well, oh, maybe
Maybe
I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not worthy enough.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I think the mind is so powerful
Totally.
that if you let it play tricks on you,
Well,
girl, it'll play you.
You want to know something crazy?
I do.
92% of the things that we worry about never happen.
Exactly.
So the fact that you're saying the mind plays tricks on you, it's true. And your mind is a muscle.
Mhm.
So you don't exercise it,
Yeah.
you'll just be overtaken by the world. That's why I get in the word every day.
Yeah.
Because the Lord tells you exactly what to believe, what not to believe,
Mhm.
what to put faith in, what not to put faith in. We are warned.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But how many people open up that Bible? to
Not
read the
many.
word?
I think many people just go online and they see quotes on
Yeah.
Instagram. And that's great. I never will knock you. In fact, I saw a quote the other day on Instagram. It pissed me off.
Yeah.
It said, you can't post Bible verses and then be a bad person
yes.
in real life or something like that.
Yeah.
And you know what I thought? I thought, what a silly thing to post.
Mhm.
Because if somebody is, they're sitting at night and then they're waking up in the morning and they're reposting a Bible verse, at least they're freaking reposting the Bible
Yeah.
verse.
Right.
They're showing up for
They're
something,
getting
you know?
closer
Yeah.
to God. Don't push them away because of their sin.
Right.
One of the main things in the word it says is that we shouldn't be judgmental. That's up to God.
Yes.
And everybody's judgmental.
We are.
That's not for us.
Exactly.
It's not for us. It's not for me to judge my mom and her decision.
But you know, these verses or these quotes, you know,
Yeah.
that they sound, oh, okay, well but do you know the depth of it?
Yeah.
Have you, because I just started, so a client of mine gifted me a Bible and I was like, oh, this,
client.
yeah, I'm like, this is amazing, right? But it just sat in my nightstand. And then recently I've been going through a lot and I started, my mom's like, you gotta read the Bible.
Yeah.
And we actually had a very intense morning, like 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love how she prays. So I'm always like, can you pray over me? Like,
Yeah.
this and this is going on.
Yes.
And all of a sudden I'm opening up the Bible and it's right there.
What you needed.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how we were talking about obedience, it's like, you have to be obedient.
You can ask
You
God
can't. You cannot.
on him
cannot.
answer you, and you not be obedient to what he is telling you.
So I grew up Catholic as well. And then obviously teenage years and whatever. I had kids. I'm not married.
Yeah.
So I did drift.
Yeah.
And to me, it was like, well, okay. I mean, the way that I would see it is, do you know how many people say that they're religious and they're such hypocrites, right? Like,
There's
and I'm like,
judgment.
no, I'm not going to go. Exactly. I'm not going to go into the church because these people, they're
Yeah.
being hypocrites, right? To me, I tell my mom, I praise God every day. I have my relationship with him, you know,
Church is at home.
exactly. But no, now that I've stepped back into church and I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Or two or more gathered.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm like,
Stepping into his house.
Yes.
yes.
And also it's about the intention of the heart.
Exactly.
So even if I'm sitting next to someone at church and he's committing adultery and she just lied 10 times and the person in front of me is about to go drink some tequila after, that's not for me. That's not my battle to fight.
Yeah.
The fact that the Lord brought them into his house, he's trying to pull them closer.
Exactly.
You can't push them away or push yourself away because of what other people are doing. You can only control you. And I think Catholic faith and Christianity is funny because if you really look deep into the word, Jesus was not religious. Jesus hung out with everybody.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus was with the Jews. He was with the Romans. He was, with everybody.
Mhm.
So I'm cool with everybody. If you believe that in a creator, if you believe in Jesus Christ,
Exactly.
we're homies for sure. Well,
Yeah.
even if you don't, but
Yeah.
but I'm gonna pull you closer, even if
Yeah.
your nature and your sin is pulling you away. I'm not judging you
But
based on
then
that.
I feel like a lot of people think that we need to, or we can only call on God for like
For pain,
the good. No, like
Oh.
not the good, but like, okay, God, you did this for me. Okay, we're good. And then
Okay.
I'm done. But
Mhm.
people don't realize that it's in those hardships that's what brings you
The face.
closer to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to keep you rooted in your faith. And now I'm more like, all right, well, what's the next battle? Because I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Because I'm ready to get closer to you. If this
Yeah.
means
You
that
had
I'm
your
going to
armor
dig
on.
deeper,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
instead of like,
That's beautiful.
why me?
Yeah.
Because I used to be like, why me? And how you said, why not? Why not?
Why not me?
Mm-hmm.
My partner had gotten in an accident last year at work, almost chopped off his finger. And we're at the hospital and he was like, why me? And so when you say that, I'm like,
especially with your
I said,
finger.
who do you think you are? You're not special. Like, why not you?
Yeah.
He's a little special to you. Okay.
But I said, you're not
You're not
intact
immune
with
to
your
this.
faith.
Yeah.
Like this is happening for you.
Mhm.
Like, figure it out. Relax.
Why is it happening?
Relax,
You-
you know?
Yeah.
And I got mortgage to pay. Okay. I didn't even know how, but I was like, no, we're going to be okay.
Yeah. Sometimes God slows you down so you can like look at the big picture. Something is slowing you down.
I'm
You don't
like,
know what it is.
the thing is like, I've had everything and then I've had nothing. But the fact that I'm like, well, I have you and you give me all the tools that I need so I can pick up and go again. But like how you said, people just stay stuck
Yeah.
in that.
They say
That's
faith
the
without
easiest
works is
thing.
dead. So faith without action, it's useless.
Mm-hmm.
You have faith that you could believe, but you have to take action. That's why I look at the word as a manual. Because if you have a manual for your car and something's not working right on your car,
What do?
you go and you figure out the instruction.
Yeah.
And then you have to follow that exact instruction. Otherwise, the car's still not going to function.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
But sometimes it's easier for us in general to
Well-
just stay, right? To not move.
Stay or we
Yeah.
like the chaos.
Yeah.
But because that's comfort.
Addicted to your sad story.
Yeah. You don't want to do the work. Yeah.
You don't want
to do the work because you know what
Yeah.
it means to get rooted into your faith and to open up that Bible and to be obedient in the Lord. You know what that calls for you to have battles and go through hell, basically.
And it is actually harder to follow the word.
Yes. Oh, 1,000%.
It's
1,000%.
actually very hard.
Yeah.
But here we are, giving thanks to Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you don't change, you're choosing. And so if you feel like it's difficult to follow Jesus, but your life's in chaos, you stop and you actually listen and you abide by him, you'll notice that the chaos will subside.
Yeah.
Your faith will grow. Your love for him will grow. And your relationship with him will grow. And when your relationship grows, naturally you look around and you're like, wow, everything's growing.
Yeah.
It's
Like you're being called.
Yeah.
And some of us are like ignoring the call. It's like,
You gotta pick it up, sis. I love this.
yeah, I know.
Yes.
Like I get hyped to talk about the Lord. We could talk about the Lord all day.
And I feel like, I mean, we don't know each other. And
Yeah.
it was just like, I'm like, oh,
Girl, you're preaching to me because I'm in a season of trying to be obedient to the Lord. And
You're in a season of becoming obedient.
There we
Not
go.
trying, Becoming.
Yeah.
Speaking.
Becoming, yeah.
but God's like, let me put you guys right here
Yeah.
to, do this. And it's like, it was like an instant connection. I'm like, okay, wait. I don't know this girl. Like, hold on.
Yeah, wait, pause.
Hold on.
We're talking like we've been cousins for years. Like, where's my cousin?
No, but I mean, today you have a purpose here. And I know that
Mhm.
you're going to reach many women and men,
Yeah.
you know, because that's what it is. Like, you went through that. And I think that's the whole point of this podcast, to really have different people on here so that people see the different stories. Because I think a lot of people think like, oh, well, I can't. It looks good on social media, so they must think that you have it so easy
No.
without knowing the actual internal struggle.
Totally.
Yeah.
All of us struggle
Every day.
every single day.
Just waking up and
It's a battle every day.
not turning off that alarm and actually getting up and getting
It's a
your
battle, but it's a
your day
blessing.
started.
Like it's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing to be able to battle,
Exactly.
to be able to wake up and you versus you and having like the Lord on your side. Like that's a blessing. Like I don't take it for granted. I wake up, first thing I do, I roll over and pray.
I was gonna ask, what's
Yeah.
like your daily morning habit or
Yeah. So I wake up, first thing I do when I open my eyes, I literally out loud go, thank you, God. Because I'm like, okay, I made it to another day. I turn over, I pray in my bed on my knees and with my hands. I pray, I give gratitude, I give thanks. Takes me like a minute.
Exactly.
I get out of bed, get freshened up, brush my teeth, put some water on my face. I drink water because you're extremely dehydrated when you go to sleep and you sleep through like 8 hours and you water. So I put water in my body and then I do my affirmations. So it might seem a little bit silly, but either I'll put on an audio on YouTube that says like, I am a millionaire and I am this, I am a that. Or I walk around and I go, I'm happy, I'm grateful, I'm strong, I'm energized. And then I do something to move my body. So whether it's me going to the gym or me just like moving my body, stretching.
Yeah.
I give thanks to my body for its ability to move. My grandmother had a stroke when I was very young. And so I understand that this is a privilege to be able to move our fingers, our toes, our legs. So I give thanks. And then from there, I just get straight to my intentional routine. So if that's me getting up and going to an event, then I get ready for that. If I have a little bit of extra time in the morning, I'm nourishing the heck out of my body with some good food and showing love to my body. I usually read the word at night.
Okay.
I used to read the word in the morning, but I have like a lot of stuff going on in the morning and I like to reset myself at night. So in the morning, I give gratitude. In the middle of my day, I find a way to ground myself. Usually that's by breathing. Take 3 deep breaths in the middle of my day because sometimes we can get challenged. And then at the end of the day, I reset by getting in the word. And I want to encourage anybody that hasn't got into the word consistently. You don't have to read for hours. Open up the word. I would say people will tell you start with the Old Testament. I'd say start with the New Testament. You can go back to the Old Testament. Start with the New Testament and go verse by verse. Go section by section. Get yourself a Bible where you could write notes so that you're understanding what you're reading. If you don't understand what's going on, you're like, okay, what did I just read? Guys, we have so many resources. You can get on AI. You can get in a Bible study. You can get in a club and just talk about it. Because, you'd be reading the word. There's like parables and stuff. And sometimes you got to get deeper. Sometimes you think you know what you're reading and you're reading something else.
That happens.
Yeah, it happens.
But taking notes for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Going back and I'm like, okay, wait. Like,
I think having a physical Bible,
other
than not using an app, at least when you're first starting, because I think being on your phone is so like, you see a text message come in, you see something else. And, having the physical Bible where you can highlight, take notes is so essential to when you are reading a Bible.
That's one thing I rid myself of with my morning routine. I put my phone away from myself. So in the morning when I wake up, I don't go to check it first. Because I'm like, dude, you're not my boyfriend. I don't need to lean over and kiss you in the morning. Like, put it away, get straight to the Lord. And one thing I will say is if somebody's like on the go, I do like the Bible app, how every day it gives you a different verse. And that can kind of challenge you to use that as a roadmap, even though you're jumping around everywhere. Like you're like, okay, this is the verse of the day. Let me go find it. Let me go after it. Let me take some notes on it. So there's no right way.
No. Just start.
What's the right way to get in the word? I'm like, just getting in it.
Just starting.
Just getting in it. And then starting to live by it. You read something and you don't go like, oh, that's not for me. Like, that's definitely for you.
God said that's for you, sis.
How long has this been like your
routine? So I was actually raised Catholic. I was baptized when I was a baby. My mom in middle school put me in my first Holy Communion. I did my sacraments. When I became an adult and I went to Mount St. Mary's, I did my confirmation. And I honestly did my confirmation because I didn't know if I was rooted in my Catholic faith yet. I didn't know if I was going to convert to Christianity. And so I've always been a believer. When my dad died, so I was 19 after I did like my couple of first years of college, of undergrad, I turned my back on my faith. Not that I didn't believe in God, but I was like, I'm not putting my time into this. And then, over time I came back too. And then I went to a few Christian churches and I was like, this is cool. I aligned with like the worship and I liked it. And then I realized I was like, I'm not Catholic. I'm not Christian. I'm just a believer.
I just love Jesus.
That's me.
I'm a believer. But will I go to a non-denominational church? Or if you told me to come to Catholic mass, or if you told me, would I go? Absolutely. Because if we're talking about Jesus, I'm all for it. But I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual being and I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm a believer. And so it's been my whole life. And it'll be till the day that I die.
Amen. There was something not religious, but being a believer of Jesus, there was something you mentioned that you guys were talking about behind the scenes. So I want to touch something.
Since we are really already deep into this subject, so we did talk a little bit about that behind the scenes, and just to give a little context.
me sit up straight for this.
Yeah. No,
Get ready.
This is a good one.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
like,
excited.
oh, okay. So tell us a little bit about your journey with celibacy and what has it taught you?
Yeah. So I've been celibate for 4.5 years. In May of 2026, it'll be 5 years.
Wow.
I am saving myself for my husband.
Okay.
And I was actually led to celibacy through abstinence and then through my last relationship. So I was abstinent. There's a difference. So I was abstinent because I was sick of men. I was sick of feeling like I was connecting in this way and it wasn't being received in that way. And then, you know, as women, we love hard and
Yeah.
feeling like I wanted more and I was giving myself up for somebody that didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
And so I was abstinent for 6 months going into 2021. And then I saw my high school sweetheart. We ended up, hooking up one last time. That was the last person that I slept with. And I just felt so disgusting.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't going to be my husband, because I didn't feel loved in that way. And because I knew the Lord wanted more for me. And so I became abstinent. I didn't make this like pact to save myself for marriage, but I was like, I'm going to like just
Chill.
put myself on the bench. Okay. And then I got into another relationship and it was beautiful because the last relationship that I was in taught me so much about myself and it taught me so much about self-control. And it taught me that men will respect you if you respect yourself.
Absolutely.
And my dad used to say to keep my legs closed and my heart open.
Yeah.
And my dad used to say, if you want to be treated like a lady, you got to act like a lady. And so when I got into this relationship, this was about 3.5 years ago. Actually, no, it was about 4 years ago. He said to me, one of the most profound things a man has ever said to me. He said, I respect you so much that I will not do that to you. I will not sleep with you unless you are my wife and I am your husband. And the first thing that I said, and this is the thing that comes out of most women's mouth and men's mouth in 2025, going into 2026, I said, I could never do that. I said, I would never be able to do that. And then we kind of like joked around about it. And he was like, well, why do you think you can't do it? And I'm like, well, because if we're going to get married, I don't know what's going on first. And we kind of like joked about it. And like, you know, that was a limiting belief. But then I started thinking, well, why can't I try? And so I blinked and we were on the celibacy journey together for years. And it's been 4.5 years. He had been celibate for 2 more years than I had. So I really commend him because there were times where I was weak and he was strong and he held me up and he made sure that I didn't give in. And there were times that he was weak and I was like, no, we're celibate and the Lord wants more for us. There were times where we didn't sleep in the same bed because it was difficult. There were times where we couldn't shower together or do the things that, you know, celibacy requires. There were even times where we were like, should we stop kissing? Like, should we stop being tempted in this way? And yeah, it was challenging, but man, it's so fulfilling. And it's so beautiful to just really dedicate yourself fully to the Lord because we all decide what sin we want to refrain from and what sin we want to accept. And for some reason, sexual sin is the one sin that the majority of us go, oh, well, it's not that bad.
Yeah. It's natural.
It's
fine.
a connection. Yeah, it's a connection.
We're listening to the radio. We're talking about WAP and all this kind of crazy stuff. And it becomes normalized.
Yeah.
But what I think would be beautiful for us to normalize and what we can normalize as a society is having higher standards, is having more respect for ourselves, in saving ourselves for marriage. What a beautiful thing it will be when I find my husband and he finds out that I've waited for him, whether it's for 5 years or 10 years.
That sounds beautiful.
And how beautiful will it be for me to share my soul, my body, everything with the man that I'm actually going to decide to marry and have the Lord be happy with my decision. Because in the Bible, it says when 2 people have sex together, they become one. What a crazy thing to think of. You know, all the people we've slept with, we become one. We've married. Ugh,
That's so
think about how many divorces you've gotten. Jeez, like the soul ties. And you remember these people. And you know what's sad is that I think when you are really young, if you've experience any form of sexual abuse, you tend to be more sexualized very young. Like I had a friend when I was younger, her brother used to sexually abuse her. And she got pregnant at like 16 and had like 4 kids really quick. And, you know, I know men in my life that have been sexually abused, touched by other men, touched by other women. And so they look at women as something to conquer because they have to prove their manhood instead of something to nurture. And women, we got to nurture men. Men, we got to nurture women. And it's more fun when you just wait. And that's one thing I'll say is like in my last relationship, I just have so much respect for just the way he kind of like tightened the screws in my life and made me even better because I was already great when he met me. And I didn't have a sexual problem. I hadn't slept with more people than anybody else my age. In fact, I had such a small number because I was in a relationship for a really long time. But it's not about if you have one person or 5 or 6. It's about you being ready to give yourself fully to the person that you want to be with fully forever and only letting your husband or your wife know you in that way. So yeah, it's a beautiful journey that I'm on. I don't plan to break it. I've had men try to shake me and go, you're not going to find somebody that's going to, you know, wait until marriage. And I'm like,
then
okay, on to the next.
Okay.
You know, the person that sees my value and will wait. And I'm glad that 4.5 years later, I'm thinking like this because I didn't think like this before.
And I mean, those people can't see your value because they're not ever in alignment with you. Different frequencies.
And they're a slave to their sin.
I just came across some content creators and their first kiss was the day of their wedding.
Wow.
I would love that.
And I was
to be a virgin again.
And that's just like,
kiss, like, oh,
that's just an awe. Like, imagine your first time kissing your husband is the day you married him. And everybody, I was reading the comments and was just like, is that even normal? Like, what do you mean? Like, what if when you kissed them, you didn't feel something? It's like, no, there's a deeper connection. Like, there's something deeper rather than just physical touch.
Well, when you're with, or I wouldn't say with like different people, but I just think, obviously, being with somebody that's intimate, even if that's not like your person. So then
extremely intimate.
You kind of become like obsessed and you're like, well, oh no, but it's because of what I felt, but because it takes your body a while to catch up with what your head already knows.
You're thinking.
Exactly. So it's like you're thinking that that's your person because of whatever it is. But then once you actually find your person, you're like, oh, okay. Or like when you get over certain partners or whatever it is. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. I think a lot of people don't realize that you really have to do the work through every like wound that you have because otherwise you're not going to get it.
Yeah. And it's a great, I'm trying to think, it's a good repellent. Like if all you want from me is my body and one night, and you're in this like fantasy land of like, let me conquer her, let me have sex with her, let me use her, whatever it is that your intention is. By me staying and remaining celibate, I wean all of those people away. So I like I repel them actually, and I give myself more time to think if you're worth that.
So
we just jump into things a little too quick.
Like, do you mention this when you first start? Like, when does this topic come in?
I mean, I'm not like, hi, my name is Mandi and I'm celibate. Like, I mean, that's not really like the intro. I mean, I get to know you, and then even if I don't see a future with you and you are trying to make some sort of move, like, you know, you go out and like men just think that they can like grab you. They think that they can just put their arm around you, and I don't care if we're in like a restaurant or if you just think that you can touch me, I will correct you right there and be like, I'm not the one. But like if it's like a relationship, I'm dating someone and I'm like getting to know them, and you know, it gets to that point, like when we get to that point of like you thinking that that next step is going to happen, I just like explain. I'm like, hey, so I haven't mentioned this, but I'm celibate, and most of the people that I've ever said that to are like, huh?
Like, what is that?
Yeah, what is?
Some people don't even know the meaning of that.
They don't even know what that means. And then they're like, you're joking, or like and I'm like, no, I'm like really serious. This is, you know, this is what it is. And I don't mention it like right off the rip, but I mean, I mention it. I will say, I think that men can kind of tell that I just don't play that because I won't even let it get to the point where you can like think you can hold my hand. Like, yeah, like you're not gonna hold my hand unless like I want you to hold my hand.
You know, that's so crazy.
No kisses, no touches,
that-
no
that-
nothing. No nothing.
Don't touch me.
No, stay away from me. When I was dating, that's honestly what I remember. One time we went to a Dodger game in a group, and I was dating this guy, and his friends were like, "Okay, like." Because he was trying, first of all, he was drinking that night too.
Yeah.
He was very
really
respectful.
touchy. Mm.
But I was like, excuse me,
Yeah.
no. And they were like, what? Like,
Yeah.
okay, so you get no play. And I'm like, no, like we didn't even
Get
hold
no
hands.
play.
Yeah.
So crazy.
I'm like, we don't even hold hands. We've never even like pet, like,
Yeah.
because that's something
No touchy.
you can't just do that. You can't just do that with everybody.
But that's
Yeah.
the thing too, is like if you are dating a man and the first thing that he wants to do is just touch all over you, like you touching on everybody, sir.
Yeah. No,
Keep
but
the paws
Yeah.
off everything.
no, on our like one-on-one dates, like I said, he was so respectful, but I think that
Okay.
group was
Yeah.
kind
Yeah,
of
it's
like,
like a little bit of like
Yeah, like
you
you
don't
said.
understand why men do that either. They're like, come on, like do something. I'm like, now you're gonna ruin your homie's play because now I'm about to embarrass him in front of you. Like, no.
yeah. No, his
Very
cousin was
creepy.
really like,
Yeah.
Like,
What?
okay, what? So what would you say to like a young girl listening to us right now that is in this journey of where she doesn't feel maybe worthy and she tries to look for that in a man and she's looking for that greater love, I guess, for herself?
There's something called the golden rule. And so like what you put out is what you get. So if you want love, you got to give love. If you want respect, you got to respect yourself and you got to respect others. And so the advice that I would give is like, don't rush it. Don't rush something you want to last forever. I mean, if you want a guy to just sleep with you and make you feel good for the night, do what you got to do. But I would never tell my daughter or a friend to just, one night only, one night stand it, because it's all in a fantasy. Like it feels like it's going to be amazing. And then after that regret and all of the things, pregnancy, imagine you get pregnant from some random guy that you don't even know, like, trust, believe in, care about. Like, just be careful. And if you treat your body like a temple, other men will treat you like a trophy. And if you want to find a husband, you can't go around acting like,
Yeah.
I won't
Say
say
it, but you know what would mine?
Jezebel, with the red light on. And, you know how I mean? You gotta have respect for yourself. You want other people to respect you. And
absolutely.
it's such a beautiful thing. Like I can't wait to share this with my husband. Like,
My grandfather would always say, a man will only go as far as
you let
a
him.
woman lets him.
You let him.
And absolutely.
Yeah.
That is,
And you have power, and it's not to be used the wrong way. I think that a man that really is a man will like you, love you, respect you, want you so much more when he knows that you respect yourself.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like how you said, like a trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a friend who she's not my friend anymore. She was kind of crazy.
Bye-bye.
Judging here. But I remember, we went out with this group of friends, and the guy was so sweet, right? But she's like, well, I have to sleep with him because how am I gonna know if he's what and I'm like,
Girl.
I'm not telling you to do this, but there's so many other ways for you to know. I mean, you could ask for testimonies. You could see some pictures.
You hear a lot of like people think that a relationship connection is just all sex. Like, well, if we are great in bed, then we're meant to be, or like, it's like, what?
No, there's this, she said there's other ways to check. There's this, like Facebook group or what is it where you upload the picture? Yes.
Okay, how about the younger kids are using this app? I would have died if I was younger and this was going on. It's called the T app. Have you guys heard of it?
Is that what you're talking? I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, and you
No,
upload
girl, that's what you're talking
the
about.
picture. No,
Yes, and then I think they might have like a version on Facebook, but then everybody leaves in on this girl or this guy that's like been around town.
Yeah.
But also you can't take everything you read at face value, but also if there's 10 reviews and they're all negative, bro, right?
Red flag.
Even if there's 3 reviews in their day, girl, run. I mean,
No, why are you on there?
you know what I think is the biggest issue? Like that T app thing threw me off when I heard about it. But I think what the biggest issue is as a society, we've been kind of like trained and developed into thinking like we have so many options.
Mm-hmm.
And so back in the day when our parents had kids, they would actually have kids with people that were like 10 miles in a radius. Now we're like swiping right on someone in, you know, Arizona or Utah, or you're like, you swiping on Tinder or Hinge or whatever's going on. And you're thinking that like people, women, men are disposable. We're on Instagram and we're looking at men with their shirt off and women like naked. And, you know, you have women on OnlyFans and men on OnlyFans selling their body for money. And, you know, at the end of the day, you're going to condemn yourself and feel condemned with whatever is going on with you. But I just think it's sad. I think because you're worth so much more. They said a woman is more precious than rubies.
Yeah.
And we're just treating ourselves like if we're like mannequins in the window. And and I just think it's sad. I think that young women and young men, or even people that are older, should have a higher standard.
We look for love in so many other things.
In the wrong ways.
Yeah.
But sex is not love.
No.
Sex is a physical act, but there is a difference between having sex and making love. And I think that's why celibacy to me sounded so sexy, is because when I lost my virginity, it was my senior year of high school. I wanted to lose my virginity to a virgin, and the guy I was dating lied to me and said he was a virgin. So I ended up not sleeping with him because I found out he lied, and I ended up sleeping with somebody else and lost my virginity to somebody else who also wasn't a virgin, but didn't lie to me at least.
Yeah.
And I just wanted it to be like this Cinderella story where we exchanged energies and we fell in love and we made love and then we got married and we lived happily ever after. But marriage comes first, not after. It's like how a lot of people say, like, I'll believe it when I see it, but belief comes first, not after. So we have things backwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So that's why we're malfunctioning. Look in that manual. It tells you what to do.
Yeah.
Now, worry, I didn't make these rules up. You got to ask the Lord. But you know what the Lord also says in the word? He says it's better to marry than burn with passion. And so in my last relationship, I'm like, look, if we don't get married, like we got to get out of this, because I was so ready.
Yeah.
Like I was like, dude, like burning with passion, girl. Burning with passion. I wasn't perfect. It was challenging, but it's so worth it.
Yeah.
It's so worth it. So yeah, celibacy for the win.
you're a God's girl for sure.
When you find your husband, you need to come back and
Girl,
try
I will with him. And you know what? I will say, when I find my husband, he probably gonna marry me in like 6 months, because we going to Vegas, girl. We going to the chapel. We'll have our wedding a year later, because no way I'm about to be around some fine man for another 3 years.
No, God,
Drooling.
God is working on that man for you, right?
Yeah,
He's
for
probably
sure.
watching us.
He probably is.
Tell him, hey.
Shout out to you, hubby.
Future hubby, we love that.
Wow. I mean, social media is so powerful. You never know who you're gonna meet, who you're gonna connect with. Like,
I just want it to be very natural and very beautiful. I don't have any dating apps. I don't go looking for it. I don't like put myself in a position where I'm like, who wants it? It's like, when God's ready, is gonna.
You'll know.
Yeah, it's gonna be there.
You will know.
Totally.
So what would you say to someone listening right now that kind of feels just stuck, unmotivated, unseen, and just don't know what direction they should go or want to go?
Yeah, I would say the first thing that I would suggest to anybody that felt stuck or unmotivated is to realign themselves, reset themselves, get themselves closer to the Lord. But if that doesn't feel natural, I would say to give themselves some grace, because we are all in this crazy walk of life together, challenge, struggling. Nobody's perfect. Don't think anybody is perfect. And don't focus on perfection. Focus on progress.
Yeah.
And I would say, don't beat yourself up when you make mistakes, because that's where we usually get stuck.
yeah.
And I've been there. Like, I felt like in relationships that I've dedicated myself to for years, because of comfort, because of love, because of hope, you know, I beat myself up when it was over. Or friendships that I lost. You know, you mentioned a friend that you're no longer with, and a bunch of my friends came to my mind, like that I'm no longer close with. I beat myself up for certain ways that I handled situations, but it does nothing.
Yeah.
So I would say focus on progress and get as close to the Lord as you can. And I would say change up your environment. You want to change your state, you got to change up your environment. Be around people that uplift you, inspire you, motivate. Mute the people that distract you, deter you from that road that you know you need to be on. And just never give up on love, because love is the answer to all things. Love is all we need. And I don't just mean romantical love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean like love, like loving people, loving life.
Loving life.
Loving life.
Yeah.
Life is so beautiful. Like
Loving your life and not loving other people's life on
loving your life.
Instagram.
Yeah, if you're watching
Yeah.
Day in the Life of somebody else, you got to turn that off and live your day in the
Yeah.
life. No shit.
Go through your own day in the life.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
You watching someone else do makeup, your makeup's not done. You watching someone else cook, you haven't cooked in years. Like, come on, let it get.
Amen. Amen.
No, but just focus on progress. When we're growing as humans, we feel satisfied.
Yeah,
Even if it's just a little bit, and just little steps every single day.
It is the little steps.
Yeah. What do you do to motivate yourself on one of those days where you just feel like, damn, when am I going the right direction? Like,
Yeah, there's two things that I do. One, I either, I'll start by saying this. People move based on two things, inspiration or desperation. So I can either put something on that inspires me. Let's say I put on Tony Robbins, or I put on music that inspires me, or I put on your guys' podcast, right? These are things that will inspire me to get up and go. Or desperation, which is what most people use to motivate them. They go, I don't want to go back to poverty. I don't want to go back to depression. I don't want to go back to being overweight or being underweight. I don't want to go back to, not being able to count on myself. What I do when I feel like, damn, I don't want to do that, is I remind myself of where I've gotten by taking action. And then I just do it. And I just create this consistency where I'm unstoppable. I don't really give myself an option, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you got to do this, girl. You get to do this. You don't have to do this. You get to do this. This is a privilege. And in the Bible, one of the things that it says very clearly is laziness is a sin.
Damn.
Yeah.
I know. You're like, people watching this, they're eating popcorn and they're like, damn. No, but seriously, because you're telling the Lord that you do not believe in his creation to become its fullest potential. We have so much unlimited, untapped potential that I just think about the number one regret that people have on their deathbed is that they didn't go after their dreams harder.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that won't be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because time's moving.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Life is fleeting. Time is moving. That's why when I came in, I'm like, what made you guys do this podcast? What made you encouraged to do it? And she's like, I've been wanting to. And so stop thinking about it and
just do it. Yeah.
Literally.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Who would you have thought?
No, sí se puede. Sí se puede. And I think something that we beat ourselves up a lot. We're not consistent with our podcast. But the moment that we are here, we pour our heart out into this podcast. And I feel like that's why people just, they tune in and they follow us. And I don't think we'll probably be ever super consistent, but this is our way of just expressing yourself.
Today.
It's something to enjoy. You want to enjoy what you do. I feel like being a speaker
we give
as
it
well.
that quality. And I think
the more impact that you guys will create, and I believe you will make massive impact, because the last episode that you were posting, I was impacted by it. And so I think it's domino effect. The more people that you impact, even if you don't think the consistency will be there, it'll probably just snowball effect.
Yeah, show up on
You'll be like,
its own.
damn, another one, another story. You're gonna be crying here
all the time. You know what? We need a tissue box.
Yeah,
right
you
here.
know what?
Yes, we actually we do.
You need a branded tissue box. Now will be fun.
Yes, girl. With a little branded postcards so we can be reading them.
I love
So
that.
we really did dive deep into
I know. I'm like, where are we?
faith.
Yeah,
and,
girl,
grace.
we
And
we all
no, we love this.
I love
But
it.
going to you also training high performing individuals to reach their next level
Yeah.
without talking too much strategy, we want to know mindset. What's the biggest mental habit that separates high performers from the rest?
I would say being decisive, right? Because indecision is the decision. So sitting there and being like, I don't know, or why, or how, just making a decision, acting on it is one of the key qualities, I would say, of high performers. Another thing that I would say is the power of proximity, knowing where you're putting yourself and avoiding environments that are going to anchor you to the bottom, and just putting yourself in the rooms that are going to push you a
Yeah.
little bit more. Like
Let
that's
you
saying like
grow.
if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
So I think that that's like another one. And the last thing I would say is just willingness.
Mhm.
Because if you have a bad attitude or you're not willing to put the effort, ain't nobody gonna help you.
Yeah.
Nobody can save you. Nobody can come and do the work for you. So if you have the willingness to put in the work, I mean, we're in a podcast studio right now. It's late at night. You guys are willing to be here.
Yeah.
I came on an empty stomach, drove 3 hours. I'm willing to be here. So what separates the best from the rest? Willingness,
Yeah.
deciding, taking action.
Yeah.
And when we move, God moves.
Yeah.
So
Come on.
Mm.
Amen.
action.
Yeah.
So it is.
It's like
Yeah.
emphasizing on that because at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like
Yeah. That's
you
what we should do.
you have to move.
Yeah.
You have to, yeah. And I know you were mentioning when you walked in that you are working on,
Of course.
okay, can you tell us just a little bit about
Yeah.
that?
So over the course of the last 6 or 7 years, I have just grown so much as a person. I started off with learning about entrepreneurship, building my own business, starting an LLC, building my credit, sales, marketing,
Yeah.
branding, networking, and referrals, like referring people to the right places and spaces. And so I thought about it and I was like, there's so many courses out there. There's sales courses, there's marketing courses, there's leadership courses. But I was like, I'm going to build a life course that is going to just shorten the span that it takes most people. It's kind of a cheat code, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's actually ridiculous that I'm putting everything that I know into one place. But I believe that it will help so many people to just have a shortcut to their success. They said mentorship, finding somebody that's gone the way that you want to go is the only shortcut.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm just going to give all of this out because when people ask me for game, I give it freely. And I've given it freely for years.
Not no more, sis.
No more. Well, you know, you got to up your value. And also when you have so much valuable information, the real players in the game, they say the game is to be sold, not told. And so when you pay attention.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do,
That's a good one.
That is-
yeah.
what I'm going to
that's
do
true.
is I'm going to share with everybody all of the things that I've paid thousands of dollars for. And I'm going to put it in one place and I'm going to go, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can do what I did with it. Made 6 figures, have had beautiful, beautiful cars, luxury items. Money's not everything, but it's a byproduct of the impact that you've made. And I've been impacted by so many people. And so I'm like, I'm going to each one teach one. I'm going to share it with the next group of people. People ask me all the time, like, how did you do all of this? And we get, here you go.
Here you go. Yeah.
Here's a
Yeah.
pep rant. I'm going to look at a rose
Exactly.
theory.
Nice.
Exactly.
Where can we find
I
it?
love that.
I'm going-
Rose theory.
Yeah. So I'm going to be running a ton of ads on Instagram.
Okay.
And I'm going to launch it on Instagram and on YouTube and on Facebook. And then it will be on a school community to start. And once the community grows bigger and bigger, it might change, but that's where it's going to start. So I'm
Nice.
Wow.
We're excited.
I'm so excited.
Definitely.
So for our followers and everybody that's listening, where can they find you?
Yeah.
Or where can they reach you?
So I do many things, but to find my main page, it's at official Mandi Rose, and Mandy's with an I, not a Y.
Not a Y.
Okay. I also make music. So if you go to Mandi Rose Music,
I love it. I just love your name. It's like,
thank you. You know, a lot of people think that that's a fake name.
it's not?
That's no, my real name. Don't tell anybody. My real name is Amanda Rose.
Okay.
But if everybody thinks that Rose is like made up, my dad, my whole life called me Mandy. And so when I started making music, I was Mandi Rose. Well, when I was in high school, a lot of people would make fun of my name, like Amanda, right?
Yeah.
The Amanda Show. And I never didn't like my name, but I felt like it was a lot more serious.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm like in a professional like setting or a business deal, like sometimes I'll say like, hi, I'm Amanda, but most times it's Mandy. It feels a little bit lighter and brighter. But yeah, Rose is my middle name. A lot of people think I made that up.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's beautiful.
It's mine.
That's my daddy gave it to me.
What is one core lesson you've learned from Tony that completely shifted how you lead or show up? Because I mean, you're talking about this is a powerhouse.
Yeah. I would say changing your state will change your story. Your emotions, they shape everything that you do. So whatever emotion you tie to a certain moment in your life, to, you know, a challenge, to a joyful moment, that is normally what it tends to be. And so it is. And so what I've learned is that your state, if you can change it, you can change your story. And the story that you tell yourself should constantly be one that is uplifting and powerful, and anything can be changed with a decision.
Yes.
And so if you make the decision to change your state, how do you do that? Breathing, affirmations.
Yeah.
I bought this little trampoline and I jump on it to get myself excited. Smiling.
Yeah.
Listening to positive things, motivation.
Yeah.
Being around people who uplift you, inspire you. Yeah. I would say that's like one of the main core principles from Tony that I've taken, is that I need to change the emotions that I tie to certain situations, because it's the story that you're telling yourself that makes something true or false. Everything starts with the belief, though.
Yeah.
So what we believe to be true is our destiny.
Yeah.
And it's those moments that we decide, I believe in myself here, or I don't believe myself, that shifts everything. So yeah, Tony, if you've never been to a Tony Robbins
I was
event,
about to ask you that.
if you've never been to a Tony Robbins event, it's a bucket list. I've been to Coldplay concerts, Coachella concerts. I've seen some of the greatest bands in the world when I was working in radio. I've been to the best parties.
Yeah.
I've been on yachts. I've been in private jets. There is nothing that has made me feel more alive than Tony Robbins and his events.
When's the next one?
His next event is November 5th through the 8th in 2026 in Miami, baby.
I think you sent me that.
You have to come. And I promise you, you will not regret it. Bring your mom, bring your dad, bring your brother, bring your sister, bring your significant other, bring your kids. It is the most life-changing 3 to 4 days of your life.
What's like the one thing you can share with us that you take home from
Energy.
attending?
Just this nonstop energy. We actually did a study that people who come into our events have a 300% more increase from their ability to retain information,
Wow.
to be joyful. People come in depressed, suicidal even, and they leave without those feelings. When you go to the doctor wants to medicate you.
Yeah.
They want to make money. Doctors want to medicate you because they make money off treatment, right? Surgeons want to cut you because they make money off surgeons. There's always some way that someone's trying to make money off of you. And what I love about Tony Robbins is he just gets you to realize, I don't need anything external.
It's so funny that you say that, because I was listening to one where this lady was like, my son has, I don't know what condition. I think it was like ADHD or something. And like he's medic, and he's like,
yeah.
And did it change him?
No.
She's like, no. He's like,
he just got a pill addiction. Yeah.
And I mean, of course, I'm no doctor, right? And of course, sometimes whatever it is that they do, they definitely can save your life. But I feel like my oldest battled depression last year, and they were like, oh, we need to give her, and mind you, she was 9 years old at the time. And I'm like, absolutely not. She's a child. Like, we're going to get through this with God. Like, we're here because I'm trying to find resources, but absolutely not. My child's not going to be on pills at like 9 years old.
Yeah.
I think there's a big difference between treating someone and healing someone.
Yes.
And most times we go to the doctor, they're not trying to heal you.
No.
They want to medicate you so you continue to come back on medication. My mom was put on an antidepressant my entire life. She's no longer on it. Praise the Lord. And she got denied for life insurance. She had a bunch of depressant symptoms. The pill just made it darker, and you read through these Reddit reviews, and it makes me emotional even thinking about how she was convinced by a professional this is what she needed to be better. Nobody got her to meditate, get into a state of gratitude, pray. Sitting in silence can actually regenerate brain growth. Sitting in gratitude can actually improve your mood. Smiling has been proven. Laughing. At the Tony Robbins event, he forces you at one point, and this might sound silly, but it was so beautiful. He forces you at one point to like laugh. Force yourself to laugh. And then everybody starts busting up laughing because it's funny, because we all watch each other. And you hug people you don't know, and you high five people you don't know, and you get up and you dance. And it's like you have this childlike faith.
Yeah.
And it's infectious, because if you're just sitting down texting, you're the outcast.
Yeah.
But isn't it interesting that when you walk around the world, and let's say someone came in the room right now and they're like, oh, I'm so depressed, I'm anxious, I'm sad, I have ADHD, I have PTSD, I have anxiety, whatever it is. We're all like, oh my gosh, are you okay?
Pobrecito.
And we
Yeah.
comfort them, we hug them,
Uh-huh.
and we reinforce their belief that in order for us to pay attention, they have to be hurt or broken.
Yes.
But if somebody walked in that door right now and they went, I'm on top of the world, I'm freaking killing it, I'm a badass, I'm so great, happy and grateful, we'd be like, what's wrong with her?
Yeah.
Like,
She out here wild and
she full of herself, right? And we
Yeah.
judge
yeah, we do.
the positive.
Yeah.
And we don't go like, yeah, girl, and like reinforce that behavior. So what do people do when they're happy? They act like they're not,
Yeah.
because they don't want people to think that they're too full of themselves.
I'm not humble or
Yeah.
arrogant. You know.
Also, look up the word humble. It's not a good word. It means that you think little of yourself. When Kendrick had a saying, hold on, be humble with that song,
Mhm.
I Googled the word and it means believing that you have little importance. I was like, oh, that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
that.
we're not reading.
And do I have a big ego? No.
Mhm.
But do I believe that I should celebrate the good and the love and even the hurt? Yeah, because what you celebrate in life accelerates.
Yeah.
It gets bigger. So if we celebrate or like, we're like, oh, come here. Like you said,
Yeah,
pobrecito.
pobrecito.
What does the kid do next time?
Oh, I know.
Acts out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They say when a baby's crying, you should let him cry. I know
Yeah.
we don't let the baby cry.
No,
Yeah.
we do. We do a little bit.
Like-
we do a little bit.
Turn up the music.
If I fed you and I changed your diaper, you're good.
You're good,
We're
Virgo.
good. Or we're
You could-
soundproofing the room.
You
We're
can cry
good.
it out.
You go exercise them lungs. Sing a song.
Yeah.
Oh, but then also too, you know, like I always like to say, like my kids, you know, they're children, but you can't ever just be like, well, stop crying, because then you teach them how to not.
Yeah, you want
Yeah.
them to feel, but you want to figure out, why are you
Yeah.
feeling this way?
Mhm.
Why do you feel this way?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel this way because he hit me. Yeah, but you hit him first.
Yeah.
Like, like
Mhm.
you got to talk through with them. Like, because kids, we think that they're very only emotional, but it's just because we haven't trained them to be logical yet.
Mm-hmm.
Or to speak
Yeah.
and say what it is instead
Yeah.
of like, oh, well, he hit me. Well, why did he hit
yeah.
you? Like, what was the reasoning?
Yeah.
You're like, because I tripped him and pulled his hair, touched him. Kids are hilarious.
They are.
Kids are funny,
Kids are so
but
good.
they're smart.
They're so smart. You know what I learned? This is a really cool hack for parents and just in business too, that when you give kids an alternative choice, meaning two options, they become more decisive when they get older. They're able to make decisions better.
Okay.
So when you wake up in the morning and you tell your kid, what are you hungry for? And the kid sits there and they're like, Starburst, Cheerios, pancakes. You're like, what the heck? No, Cheerios. You take away their decision, their decisiveness, and you make them think they don't have control. But when you let them think that they're in control and you go, do you want Cheerios or you want waffles today, babe? And they go, Cheerios. Now you taught your child to make a better decision.
Yeah.
And we can do that. How many times do we go, what are you hungry for, girl? And you're I don't know. What are you hungry for?
Whatever you want.
We waste so much time.
Yeah.
But if I already know that I want In-N-Out or Chick-fil-A, babe, I'm asking my friends, you want In-N-Out or you want Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's with anything in life, I think we need
Make
to
the decision.
Yeah.
The decision. No, that's
Decision.
That's yeah, no, that's real deep, because
yeah.
I promise
That's
you,
good.
like, it helps. They also say that when you give your kids chores when they're younger, they become more responsible adults.
Oh, thank God.
So give your kids some chores.
Thank
I
God.
don't want them, but
Don't give them the option. You got to take out that
Oh, yeah.
trash, baby boy.
yeah. Little pile up,
But
check it out.
nowadays,
You got to pair them socks, girl.
you know, we're so glued to our phones and social
Mhm.
media.
Oh yeah, and you got your kids an iPad.
Yeah. To keep them quiet. Which is okay.
It's worse though.
Here and
because
there.
It's okay here and there, but
Yeah.
not when they're on YouTube watching grown-ass adults in Superman costumes.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
And who let that person make that
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Or you think they're doing something innocent, but
Yeah.
no, it's true. So like us at the dinner table, it's like no phones, no. Even when we go out to eat, because it's
family
like
time. Be present.
my
Yeah.
brother walked in one day and he was like, "Wow, you guys actually eat like as a family, like that's
Yes, we love
beautiful."
that. Bring that.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hard at first because we would go out and it's like, okay, well, here's the iPad or here's a phone. Be
Mhm.
quiet. Don't, because you think people are looking at you like, oh my God, they don't know
Yeah.
how to control their kids, or like how embarrassing. But then you start to disconnect from your child, and then society raises your child.
Which is so common nowadays.
Nowadays, it's certainly.
Yeah.
And I used to coach middle school kids. They were from 6th grade to 8th grade. And I saw them, and now they're all young ladies, and they're
Wow.
20 and 22. And, they're like, Coach, I could drink now. And I'm like, oi. And I'm asking them, like, how is it, because they're coaching now.
Yeah.
So they're coaching
Wow.
in school. And one of the little girls goes, Coach, I understand why you were so tough on us. She goes, I thought we were misbehaving. She's like, the kids now, they look like adults.
Mm-hmm.
They act like adults.
Yeah.
They come to school and they try to do drugs.
Mm-hmm.
They sneak in drinks. They're doing sexual acts on the field
Yeah.
and recording it.
Yeah.
Why? How do they get these ideas? It doesn't just float in their head. It's because, like you said, society is training them. They're on something that's not regulated. Like they're looking at videos of adults doing adult things.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be accessible, but they are. And so,
and I just think for parents
Internet's
being
fixing our
open
kids.
with your child about these topics, because like I can tell my daughter, well, you're not going to have a phone, but at school,
Yeah.
everybody has a phone.
Yeah.
My nephew swapped. My sister doesn't let him have a phone.
I don't let my daughter, I'm like, girl, till you're in high school, you go to school across the street from grandma's house.
And even that, we're regulating. We're looking at your Instagram.
Yeah.
We're in them DMs.
Yes.
No,
We're checking all of it.
Yeah.
And you don't need a significant other that young. You know, kids have like boyfriends for in middle school. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And people think it's cute. Like,
It's funny because, I've never been that type to have like all these boyfriends because I grew up without a dad. So I've always had like, if my dad wasn't in my life, why would you care for me? But my friends would always have boyfriends like every other week. Like,
I'm the opposite of you.
Really?
My dad wasn't in my life, but because of that, I feel like I always felt like I needed a boyfriend. That's why I was in an 11
that was like
year
your comfort,
relationship.
if you want to call it.
And I hear a lot of people say that it is the opposite, but for me, it was like pride and this one, like, no, like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So
I pray my daughter gets that. I was gonna say, even though her dad will be in her life, like I pray that my daughter is like, get away from me.
And I mean, nobody taught me that. That was just kind of like myself, but because I know for sure God really handpicked me. I know I made mistakes in my life. We all have.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to
Latinas
Empoderadas. But I just think, it's important for parents to have these conversations, even though it may be like weird. My daughter tells me that one of her little friends, now she's like a lesbian. And I'm just like, honey, she's 11, 12 years old. She has no idea. Like, don't even.
But someone's like, if that's how you feel, like,
right?
Like their parents are like, well, if that's how you feel, I would question my child. And I'm not saying that I would shame them.
Absolutely not. Because if that is what you like, then that is what you like.
If that's who you are, then that's who you are. But how do you know?
There's an interview from somebody's wife. I'm going to try to find it and send it over to you. But she did an interview and they asked her, like, why do you think celebrity kids nowadays are so, transgender or whatever it is? Yeah. And she made like a great point. She's like, it's because everybody else is raising these kids. We have nannies, we have, friends, mom, cousins, and we're letting them be like, it's okay. Mommy and daddy are busy. They're working. You want to do that? You want to be this? You want to feel that? Go ahead. Instead of giving them structure as young adults, as kids, they need structure in their life. They need guidance.
I respect Rihanna and ASAP so much for that because they don't have any nannies.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody used to tell Rihanna, when are you having kids? When are you having kids? I'm like, I'm Rihanna. She is me. And I literally am like, when I'm ready. When I'm ready to fully dedicate my life to raising my kids and not relying on, a low budget babysitter that could potentially abuse my child.
Yeah. So it's we have to be careful with all life decisions that we make.
Yeah, because the kids our kids are our future.
Yeah,
and I think like the bigger impact that you want to make, the more children you'll touch. Like you'll be able to touch their hearts and teach them. And so I used to love coaching you guys. It's the one thing I'm like, I'll probably do that like when I'm a little bit older in my like philanthropy days. Like I want to like build after school programs and good coaching programs.
Awesome,
because kids in middle school, especially middle school, they need that structure.
They need that love, that guidance.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. That support.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
we talked about it.
I know.
I love it.
So grateful to have you on our podcast today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Speaking of you coaching, though, this is a question to wrap it up. I think let's
do it.
A pretty good one. What's one thing you hope people remember you by now, years from now?
Mandi Rose.
One thing that I hope people will always remember me for is my heart. I have a big heart. Huge. And I give from a place of love. And I believe love is the answer to all things. And my faith. and my love for my faith. And if I could just have people remember me for that, then I've won. I think that the bigger you want to be in life, the more you've got to love and the more faith you've got to have and the more you've got to give. And it's never about me, but it's about we. It's about all of us. And like all you really do need in life is love. And it's not just romantic love. It's giving without expecting. Yeah. It's abundantly caring. You know, I went to the airport the other day and this man fell and he was a big guy. And I watched all these people just walk by him and he was in a wheelchair and he fell. And my little 3.5 self, 126 pounds, picked this man up. And he just looked at me like, what happened? I'm like, are you okay? And when I left, this guy came up to me, touched my shoulder, and he's like, you're the only one that helped. And I think in life, it's like a symbolic thing for me. That story is like, there's so many people that have been knocked down. They've been beaten up. They've been hurt. They've been used. They've been traumatized. And if we just give love and we could just put our faith in God just out there, don't push it on people, but just put it out there and allow people to take your light in that way, the world would be such a better place. Like we all can give more love and you'll receive more love when you give more love. Don't give it just to think you're going to receive, but just have extreme, unwavering, unshakable faith and belief and just love, dude. Like that's what I hope people remember me for. Seriously. Yeah, I'm a lover. I'm a lover girl. As spicy as I could be, because I could be real spicy.
Don't tempt me.
I love it.
That was very beautiful.
Thank you.
Very, very beautiful.
Thank you guys so much for having me. You guys are beautiful. Not just your external appearance, but who you guys are and what you're doing and the message you're trying to get out and everything like this is beautiful. Don't stop.
Thank you.
I'm going to be. And they said your man is the #1 fan. I'm going to be number 2.
Yes.
So we know you watching, big boo.
Hey, babe. Well, thank you again for coming.
Thank you so
we
much.
appreciate you so much. And hopefully we'll have you again next year. And you'll be a married woman.
Yeah. We'll see. Okay.
Praying for you.
Thank you, babe. Thank you,
Praying for you.
I'll get a puppy first. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Love you guys. Thank you for watching.
See you next
We'll see you on the next episode.